Welcome to the very first ever Philly Awards. I'm your host, Cody, and just to let everybody know, this is just how we do things at the Philly Awards. We try to keep it classy. So, we've got a nice glass of bourbon from Woodford Reserve. Good. And then we also have this very nice cellar-aged 2012 Belgian ale. I'm just kidding, it's Labatt's, because it's classy. So, here at the Phillies, we do things a little different. We don't have like a certain amount of people for a category. We just do what we want. Today, we're gonna have like maybe 3 or 4 people per category. I'm just gonna run from bottom to top of what I think should win, because what I say matters. But first of all, I want to apologize for the haircut. It's a little too short, and if the lady from Sports Clips is watching this, do better next time. Okay, so we're just gonna go right into the awards, and we're starting with Best Supporting Actor. And kind of in a boring category, but actually they were great this year. So I only have 3. The first one is Armie Hammer for Call Me By Your Name. He was great. He didn't actually get nominated for an Oscar, but we don't care about Oscars here because this is the Phillies. But he was really, really good in it. And then number 2, my boy, probably one of the coolest guys ever, Woody Harrelson. I won't give any spoilers away, but stuff happened with Woody. It made me a little sad. I didn't cry, but came close. So, Woody Harrelson, 3 billboards, awesome. And the Philly goes to Sam Rockwell for his performance in 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. He was amazing. And he's normally kind of a weird guy. For some reason, I always imagine him in space, because I think he was in a space movie one time. And so, but he I couldn't even tell it was him. And you start the movie out this guy's kind of a little racist, but he turned into a good guy at the end. So, and that is our first Philly, Sam Rockwell. Congratulations. Our next award, this is one that we just kind of, make up ourselves. And it goes to the most attractive actress. Not the character, but the actress. And this was a tough one for me, because in the movie Lady Bird, the rich, stuck-up girl was, I'll say it, she was kind of but she was gorgeous. So she was my runner-up for this award. But my winner is Allison Williams in Get Out, because I just have a giant crush on her from when she was on Girls. That's it. And she's just beautiful, and she deserves it. Now we're going to Best Director, and I misplaced my... Oh, there we go. Okay, so number 3. You guys will hear my thoughts on The Shape of Water in a little bit. But it was a well-made movie. It was very pretty. The scenery was cool. They did a good job. So I'm gonna give it to Guillermo del Toro. Got it. And he did a good job. My runner-up, Jordan Peele for Get Out. Good movie. Highly recommend you go see it or watch it on HBO Go. It's one of those movies that you don't think is going to get nominated for an Oscar, but it did, and it's great. And then my winner is Martin McDonagh for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Great movie. Just original screenplay. It blew me out of the theater. One thing I forgot to say. This entire thing is brought to you by MoviePass. Because without MoviePass, I wouldn't have seen any of these movies, because I'm not going to pay for all that. But anyways, Martin McDonagh in 3 Billboards. Great movie. He did a good job, and I felt like I was in Missouri. I've been to Missouri. Next, we have a category that I made up, and it's called Most Annoying Character. Because, people are annoying in movies. And this was a no-brainer. It goes to Lady Bird. First of all, she's very mean to her mom for no reason. Her mom just loves her and wants the best for her, and she's just very rude to her. Second of all, she wants everybody to call her Lady Bird and doesn't give us any reason why. Her name's Christine, not Lady Bird, and she doesn't tell anybody why she wants to be called Lady Bird, but apparently everyone's supposed to call her Lady Bird, and she yells at them when they don't. She was very annoying. That is why she wins the Philly for Most Annoying Character. Our next category... Oh, actually... Hold on, let me get this. Hold on a sec, sorry. Oh, hey, Adam. Oh, really? Huh. Okay, well, you want me to announce it? Okay, I'll let him know. This just in from my boy, Adam Schefter. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. That is wild. It's official now. Thanks for that, buddy. And our next award is Best Actor. We have 2 that I have nominated for this, but I have one that I did not nominate for this. Gary Oldman. He's probably gonna win at the Oscars, but this is not the Oscars. Anyone can play Churchill. You sit in a bathtub, you drink a lot of whiskey, or bourbon. Had to give it the Kentucky Chew right there. Anyways, Gary Oldman. Anyone can play Churchill. Like I said, sit in the bathtub, drink the bourbon, have a cigar, mumble your words a lot. No, anyone could. I could do that. So he's gonna win, but he shouldn't. Number 2, runner-up, Tom Hanks in The Post. Because, there weren't that many good actors this year. There were supporting actors that were good. The women were amazing. But the guys, So I'm like, Tom Hanks, he's a cool guy. He should get runner-up. I like him. But the Philly goes to Timothy, I think it's Chalamet, for Call Me By Your Name. The kid. He was great in it, and he was going through a tough time discovering himself, and he played it very, very well. Fun fact, he was also in Lady Bird. Didn't know that until yesterday, because my boy Richie told me. And also, Timothy was on Kimmel last night and said that he's a big fan of Bill Simmons, and Bill and Kimmel used to work together. But Bill, excuse my language, on Call Me By Your Name all the time. Every time the Oscars get brought up, he just calls it a terrible movie. All they do is ride bicycles. You know what, Bill? I agree with most everything you say, but not that. So congratulations, Timothy. And by the way, learn how to spell your name. Your name should not have 2 E's at the end. That's not how you spell Timothy. Next up, we have Most Attractive Actor. This one was easy. We're just going to blow through this. Armie Hammer, Winklevoss twin, win. And next up, we have Best Supporting Actress. And for me, there was 2 people in this. It was Laurie Metcalf in Lady Bird, the mom, because she had to go through so much because her daughter was so rude. And the winner is Allison Tanney for I, Tonya. I've seen her on the TV show Moms and stuff, and she's just but she was amazing in this. A little bird on her chest, and she was just perfect. Alright, and our next award is Best Actress. This one was tough. I have 4 women nominated for this, and they were superb. And I'll just go top to bottom, or excuse me, bottom to top. I do not know how to say her name, but it is the person who played Lady Bird, Saoirse Ronan. She did a good job. She was very mean and rude and, annoying because we already gave her that award. But she did a good job. Number 3, Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water. Terrible movie. Don't go see it. But, she had to play a deaf lady. She had to do things with a merman, and she did it really, really well. Proud of her. And number 2, she was my number 1 until 3 days ago when my number 1 took over. But number 2, Margot Robbie and I, Tonya. First of all, Margot Robbie is a national treasure. Actually, she's an Australian treasure. She's gorgeous. And she did amazing in this movie. I couldn't even tell she was from Australia. She's talking like Tonya Harding, like a hick from West Virginia. I don't think she's from West Virginia, but that's where I think hicks are from. But she played it superbly. And the Philly goes to Frances McDormand in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. The movie was amazing. She was awesome. And, she just seems like a person that had something weighing on her. I'm not going to give it away, but, the things that happened in her life, and she played it so well. She was very mean, and I like it. I respect her for it, because I would be the same way in her place. And this next category is brought to you by Greg's Beef Jerky. Because our next category is the character I'd most want to have a beer with. And it's brought to you by Greg's Beef Jerky, because I love having a beer with Greg, because he's an awesome guy. He's like a fine wine. He's gotten a lot cooler with age. So, here's a character I'd most want to have a beer with. This was also a tough one. My runner-up, Mildred Hayes, the lady from 3 Billboards. Frances McDormand. I always mess that up. Anyways, I imagine us just sitting out there on our front porch, drinking our Labatt's, talking about who we're gonna kill next, or what kind of crappy things the police are doing. So it could be fun. But the number 1 character I would want to most have a beer with, Tonya Harding. Oh my, we could just sit, talk about how nothing is her fault. She's done nothing wrong. All these things are blamed on her and she's done nothing. And it would be fun because the lady knows how to drink. She's from West Virginia, I think. And brings us to our final category, Best Picture. But first, hey Google, who's gonna win Best Picture?
It's impossible for me to pick against a movie about sharing information with the world. So I have to predict the post for Best Picture.
Huh, you know, not a bad choice, Google. But, not the best. So here's my top 10 for Best Picture. And we're gonna do a little weird. We're not gonna go bottom to top, because that's not how we do things at the Phillies. We're different, we're cool, we're hip. We're hip with the millennials. So we're gonna go 6, 7, 5, we're just gonna go like this. So, number 6, Lady Bird. I actually am surprised it's not higher for me, because I figured I would have loved this movie, but it just, there wasn't a whole lot there for me. Number 7, Dunkirk. It was a good movie, not Christopher Nolan's best, not even like his 5th best, because he's amazing. And so it was, but for war movies, pretty good, because I don't really like war movies. And 5, The Post. Google. It was good. Meryl Streep was awesome, like she always is. She's a little overrated, but she's pretty awesome. Tom Hanks was great, and it reminded me of the Nixon movie a while back, because almost around the same timeline. And then number 8, The Darkest Hour. It was good. Actually, I'm glad that I saw that before I saw Dunkirk, because I wouldn't have understood Dunkirk at all. Like, it's actually weird that they overlap. They're both nominated for Best Picture, and they just overlap each other. And number 4, Get Out, the horror thriller movie. And it's really good, and I'm very happy that it's nominated, because movies like that don't get nominated, and so I respect it. We're gonna go to number 9, Phantom Thread. Don't go see this movie. Daniel Day-Lewis is so overrated. Everyone just thinks he's the greatest thing to walk this earth. Oh, I'm a method actor. I'm gonna pretend to be Bob the Butcher or whatever his name is in Phantom Thread, and that's how I'm gonna live my entire life. Ooh, that's cool. Actually have a life and have fun. Don't just be these characters. He's gonna retire. I'm happy. He can go live his life. And it was alright movie. Number 3, Call Me By Your Name. This was a tough one for me, because this was an amazing movie. And when I first saw it, I was like, eh. And the more I thought about it, I was like, this is a good movie. At first, I was like, the age gap is a little weird. 24 and 17. But then I was like, you know what? 24 divided by 12 plus 7. Okay, the math works out. He's fine. Actually, no, it doesn't, does it? Nope, not at all. Never. That was weird, but it was a good movie. Number 10. The worst movie I have seen all year. The Shape of Water. I don't know where to begin, because it's just okay. We're gonna try and keep it PG. Sally Hawkins meets this merman thing and falls in love with it and does things that people do when they fall in love with each other. And I wasn't into it. It was a little weird. And then when she filled her entire bathroom full of water, and water just going everywhere, all over the apartment building, I'm like, that is so irresponsible. First of all, that wastes a lot of... Kansas is in a drought right now. You shouldn't be doing that. Just, ugh. And the movie wasn't that good. Like, the storyline was weird. The scenery and stuff, that was all cool. But just, don't see this movie. Number 2. And this was my number 1 until the other night. I, Tonya. I have been just fascinated with the story of Tonya Harding since I saw the 30 for 30. Shout out Bill Simmons. Then I saw this movie, I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, it was a good drama, and then it was hilarious at parts, and they break the fourth wall, and they talk to you, and I got Tonya Harding just talking to me, and I'm like, I like this. And it was this entire award season. For me, award season lasted like 2 weeks, because I saw all these movies within like 2 weeks. But those 2 weeks, I was like, this is amazing. But then, I saw my number 1 movie just a couple days ago. And the Philly goes to 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I highly recommend everyone see this. You've all seen Fargo, right? I hope, because you should. If not, go watch that and then watch 3 Billboards. Because Fargo, you're like, this happened. I did not expect that. And the exact same thing happens in Three Billboards. And oddly enough, I mean, yeah, it's the same lady, Frances, whatever her last name, McDormand, I think. Not McDermott. Or I always think McDormand, like the Creighton coach and his son. But she plays basically kind of the same mad, angry at the world character. But it's not the Coen brothers. And I think it's kind of a little bit of an homage to the Coen brothers. Because it's kind of one of those, whoa, what just happened kind of movies. And I highly, highly recommend that everyone go see it. That is it for the Phillies. I want to give a special thanks to Phil. Phil 2, actually. Rest in peace, Phil 1. Because he was a great award. And we got PJ over here with his favorite Patriots hat. Because, you know, who doesn't love the Patriots? And then this guy, who apparently everyone says is the greatest of all time. Who knew? Alright, well thank you everyone for joining. The Phillies will be back soon with NCAA Tournament Awards. Go Heels.
Alright, thanks for watching the first ever Phillies. We are going to wrap this up with a few corrections and then a couple more awards that we're going to give out.
Because I made a lot of mistakes.
A few mistakes. So first of all, the director of Three Billboards was Martin McDonough. The actress is Frances McDormand.
And the coach of Creighton, the coach's son, is Doug McDormand.
There you go.
Yes. It's confusing.
The actress from Lady Bird, her name is pronounced Saoirse Ronan.
Sochi. Just like the Olympics.
The character that Daniel Day-Lewis played in Gangs of New York is not Bob the Butcher or Bob the Builder, it's Bill the Butcher.
Sorry.
And you thought of Sam Rockwell in Space because he played a character in Moon, who was on the moon.
Good movie.
Directed by Duncan Jones, the son of David Bowie. Yes, correct.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That's
News
why
alert.
we're doing this.
News
That's why
alert.
we're doing this. And Tanya Harding is from Oregon, not West by God, Virginia. And picks come from all over, not just West Virginia.
There's a lot in Kansas, I promise.
So we're going to wrap this up with 3 more questions, 3 more awards. Name the movie with the best use of food.
I will say, Call Me By Your Name. Because they did this thing with the eggs where they put it in this little thing and then they cracked the top of it and then they ate the egg out of the shell, and I'd never seen that before. Maybe it might be like an Italian thing. I don't really know. Jim, you're Italian. Do you guys do that?
Not yet. I haven't done that yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was cool to see, and it looked yummy.
Okay. The character with the profession you would most want to have.
Tom Hanks in the Post. He was the editor of the Washington Post, and it seems like a pretty cool job, and I would love to do that.
Final question. The character that most reminds you of a Pokemon.
I will say that Jinx, the Pokemon, reminds me of the merman thing from Shape of Water. 'Cause, you know, they got their hands up because the guy is like